Yo, what is good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make crazy beats starting with Looperman loops. We're probably going to find the fire starter and then flip it, add some other sounds around it probably, and then throw some drums on it. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we got Looperman pulled up. So there's free loops, acapellas, and free plugins. I haven't really gone into acapellas and vocals, but I think there's some pretty fire artists you can find on there. So we go to free loops and samples. What I like to do is, so I'm thinking like 130 to 160 BPM. I'm gonna look for like F sharp minor today, even though we're probably gonna flip it. If we're looking for like piano, for instance, because I'm thinking something like more melodic, you can go to piano. I like to do last 60 days, you know, some newer stuff that's not as saturated that other people are using. And then you just search for loops and see if you can find anything fire. You know, there's hits and misses. Definitely more misses on here than hits, but if you search for a little bit, you definitely can find some heat. So I'm gonna go through until we find something that I like. All right, guys, so I found this piano loop after going through for a little bit. Super melodic, emotional piano. So what I like to do is I just name the BPM and the key. All right, guys, so we got the sample, 127 BPM and B minor. There's two sections. This one's just more simple. It's speeded up a little bit, so we're gonna do a stretch, and then we're probably gonna put it to like 130, 132. Then I'm gonna pitch it up one, the C minor. So I'm not going to flip it too much. I like it how it is. I think we're just going to add sounds around it. Maybe some vocal chops or like some leads or something. First, let's add a bass line. I'm going to find a different bass line. And then I just added some variation to the bass line. Also just got an idea. I think I'm going to add some gross beat to the end of it for the piano. Okay, so what I did is I created an automation clip in the gross beat, so it just hits at the end. I might find a different preset. Just a subtle reverse at the end like this. Now let's find like a phrase or a vocal chop or something that we can layer the piano with. See if we can add effects to make it sound a little better. You know what, actually what I'm gonna try is reversing it, see how that sounds. I kind of like that, so what we're gonna do is make one unique and then put it back to normal, and then we're gonna make it bounce up like this. Alright, so we rendered out the vocal chop. Let's add some effects to it and make it sound cool. Add some reverb. Go to now, plate, put like 30. Turn down the pre-delay a little bit. Turn down the size. Kind of want to add like, make it a little more grainy and add an effect to it. So I'm going to go to Portal. So I added some effects. This is how it sounds. Just gives it like a little bit of a texture kind of. And then I'm going to EQ it. I'm gonna add a little bit of delay. Next, I'm gonna find maybe like an ARP or a phrase or something that would make it sound a little more full. So I found this phrase that I kind of like. I stretched the time a little bit, just added a little bit, and it was already in key. I think we need to add some effects to it though. All right, so what I did with the phrase is I just pitched it up, so it sounds like this. And then I'm gonna I added some reverb. And then we're gonna take out some of the highs. So next, I'm thinking like I can hear a string, like a dark string. Because this is more like dark, I feel like. All right, so we're on SRX strings. Something like that. gonna switch the string. I like that progression though, it's pretty fire. So I think we're going to take out this phrase because I like the strings and the vocals together. But I don't really like this phrase, so I'm going to delete that. I think I'm going to chop up this vocal a little bit so it's not as repetitive on the second half. So on that one, it's not going to have the reverse on this half. I'm going to change the string to something else now. Now that there's no phrase and it's just the vocal and the strings, I'm going to switch the string. And then next, I'm going to add some RC20 to the piano. Give it a little bit of a wobble and some noise and some reverb. Then let's hear how it sounds with everything else. I found this perc loop from Nico Barron's Circuits one-shot kit. I just took out most of the highs and lows, so it's just mids, and then this is how it sounds at the piano. You can barely tell it's there. Alright guys, so let's get to the drums. So right off the bat, I took out a little bit of the lows from the melody so it doesn't clash with the 808. I might pitch it down one, see how it sounds. I'm thinking we're gonna do, you know, darker drums. Probably like something, a simple pattern. Let's get a hi-hat pattern going. I'm thinking like something more repetitive, but simple. Pretty bouncy. And then we're going to Alt-R to randomize it to give it a little more bounce as well. For some reason I hear like a chant for this one. Might do a smaller chant. There we go. Alright, next let's find like an open hat. All we need next is just an 808. I don't think we need any like counter snares or anything. Keeping the drums fairly simple. Alright, so we got the bass notes, so let's come up with a pattern. I think I'm gonna switch to 808. Alright, so, and then I think we're gonna have it switch off, so we'll have this 808, like the hook or the verse, however we lay it out. And then for this half, we will have, for the other half, we'll have this 808. Oh, okay, I think we can do a cool switch up. Alright, so I'm gonna lay this out real quick, so you guys can see how I alternate the 808s, and then that should be it. That is pretty much it. Hope you guys learned something new. I feel like this beat turned out pretty fire. Definitely more like dark melodic type of vibe. So yeah, I hope you learned how just getting started from Looperman can spark a whole idea in your head, and you can make some heat for free, royalty free too. I can definitely hear a couple artists siding on this. Please let me know what you guys want to learn next, what you guys want to see next. Give me any recommendations, and I appreciate if you guys go like and subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much to be it. Peace.